In at number 10, Marvel. Now this 10th point has layers because I'm sure many of you are aware of the levels of hate Brie has received over time. But if not, well, buckle up because you're in for a hella long ride. Point 10A starts with the most recent release of her newest film, The Marvels, which dropped on Marvel Entertainment's YouTube channel on April 11, 2023. This trailer is the company's most disliked ever released, and despite a lot of fan speculation that it's solely Brie's fault, there's another running theory that the inclusion of an all-female superhero cast may be behind some of that flack. The film snippet was released earlier this week, and as of now has received 468,000 dislikes, significantly catching up to its current total likes of 497,000. Though upon its initial reveal, the number of dislikes surpassed the likes by thousands. Now we turn into point 10.B, which touches on how much Marvel fans despised Brie from the start and why. Though it's not truly known for being one specific thing, she has since received a lot of slack for pretty much endless reasons. Whether it's her sudden lack of enthusiasm or something deeper, Brie has pretty much seen it all, but we'll discuss that more later on. Finally, our 10.C point is her Captain Marvel role. Brie was heavily praised for her roles in comedic films. Before landing Captain Marvel, the actress excelled in being humorous. But down the road, things seemed to drastically change. As she sunk further and further into her CM role, the majority of her humor notably disappeared. It got to a point where fans dubbed her unfit for her character, with some arguing that her ego got in the way of her natural talent. She was originally chosen for the role because she could balance simultaneously being sassy and funny. However, the longer she stayed in her Marvel role, the further she seemed to stray from that naturality. All the years of hate resulted in Brie addressing whether or not she planned to continue portraying Captain Marvel. But that leads us right into our 9th point. Before we break down the rest of today's list though, be sure to smash that like button on today's top 10 countdown. In at number 9, arrogant actress. If you were looking for that solid reason why Brie is so hated as an actress, these next 9 points may just confirm everything, but specifically our 9th point. Marvel fans never seem to forgive the claimed fact that Brie has become far too egotistical for her role in the MCU. And the worst part, supposedly it's not even her playing Captain Marvel that brought about her supposed arrogance, but rather what the role did to seemingly fill up her head and cause an attitude. Reports state that the instant Brie was phased into a major franchise, she transitioned into this conceited actress who now takes being talented for granted. Because of this, her acting quality has taken a supposed hit and now reflects her off-screen character harshly. It also turns fans off and leaves them with a sour taste in their mouth. For example, most notably, collective groans from MCU fans were heard worldwide when the announcement for Brie's reprisal of Carol Danvers was released. Her recast for the Marvels, as aforementioned, showed Brie as another huge addition to the film after her main character moment in her superhero flick, Captain Marvel. While embarking on various interviews and press tours for the OGCM movie and simultaneously promoting Avengers Endgame, devoted Marvel supporters found just about every way to criticize Brie's every move, dubbing her aggressive, snarky, defensive, and arrogant amid endless other ridicule. Following the 2019 release of Captain Marvel, hardcore MCU fans ripped Brie and her portrayal apart, claiming her character was poorly thought out and her acting measured up to such. Both ahead of and after Avengers Endgame came out, shortly after Brie's films, a handful of MCU actors, including Brie this time, shared a press tour. During these sit-downs, fans assumed Brie's castmates disliked her and her behavior, eventually resulting in compilations of the shadiest moments online. The D23 Expo was the first to see the Captain Marvel sequel, and when Brie was questioned by a Variety journalist on how long she planned to portray her newer Avengers character, in line with the original sequence of retirements, Brie arguably replied in a snarky manner. She shrugged nonchalantly while looking around and exclaiming, "I don't know, does anyone want me to do it again?" Seeming taken aback, the journalist chuckled while glancing at the camera, assuming Brie was just being modest. However, Brie seemed to be addressing the intense hatred she received ever since originally taking on her character. Spreading like wildfire on the internet, fans began sharing a list of names to steal Brie's role, including Zendaya, Blake Lively, Jennifer Lawrence, Emilia Clarke, and Sophie Turner. To this day, the interview's replies are toxified with hate for the actress, as many labeled Brie insufferable. Slated for its November 2023 release, it seems Brie's haters will have to chew the metal in their mouths over her role a bit longer, as she appears to be in it for the long run. In at number 8, no good rumors. Rumors are always gonna do it for just about any star. So of course, when Brie stepped out into the limelight and grew her following, showing, she wasn't excluded from the gossip and speculation surrounding her newer life. Not when she was also soon being hated for simply breathing within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The rumors of Brie's on-set behavior, for one, is a running theory that just can't be squashed. And regardless if there's any real truth to the matter or not, they've already marked Brie's character. So much so that reports announced Don Cheadle confirming the speculation surrounding Brie in the past. But instead of feeding into the mess, Don actually revealed that fans were reading far too much into her rumored bad blood with her castmates. In a series of since-deleted tweets sourced by Looper, Don formally wrote regarding the fact, "Whoever you are, take a break from your detective work. We're all good. Hope you enjoyed the movie." And to take things one step further, Don even added the actress, finalizing, "So many speculators tonight, ma. See you tomorrow." Clearly, these bouts of rumors continue to play into the hot water Brie's landed in time and time again though. But I, for one, am glad Don put at least those rumors to rest for good. In at number 7, white actress, white influence. A huge portion of Brie's controversies actually stems from her stance on white influence, believe it or not. She takes a stand to push awareness but receives much backlash in return. Because while her intentions seem good, it also appears Brie doesn't fully grasp the understanding of not being a Caucasian actress in the industry. While she is bold to discuss the topic, those conversations don't hold much to her overall success and the roles she continues to land. And of course, this isn't really only her fault, but it still showcases a specific misunderstanding behind the curtains. Once the show unveils, Brie continues to speak what she feels is right, but unfortunately ends up representing her messages wrong. In at number 6, controversies. In even more controversial displays comes the world's triggered disdain for the actress due to how loudly she pushes for change in award categorizations. Now, this may seem backwards, but since Brie has become a previous Academy Award winner for her past work, she's been dubbed hypocritical for speaking against the same accolade show for their decisions, according to netizens. However, Brie has been insistent on how much she disapproves of the way prestigious awards are voted on and critiqued. Brie has even taken a stand by releasing various statements echoing the sentiment. But of course, her calls to action have all been displayed very publicly, leading to the people calling her out for calling out the staff and film critics' diversities, which are in charge of interviewing nominations and making the ultimate decisions. In at number 5, wrong intentions. This next point falls between the topics of Brie using her voice and being well misunderstood in the industry. As an actress who's been labeled as unafraid to use her voice, her strongly vocalized political and personal views have been commended and strongly hated, in turn leading to hate towards her. The issue with this lies in people deciphering whether or not her views are merely an act or she genuinely stands for them. Additionally, Brie's words and actions tend to be received in an assaulting way while attempting to allegedly take a stand for the greater good. In retrospect, people could just not believe her, or it could be that Brie lacks a good sense of expressiveness that deems her intentions uncertain to those receiving it. It's no wonder everything she says somehow translates into a negative aspect, if so. In at number 4, YouTube made things worse. Brie was already knee-deep in negative attention when she decided to launch her own YouTube channel. The general public was already questioning her every move and talent. And who would have thought creating the channel would have added even more controversy to Brie's list? Certainly not her, I hope. Her content brought in a massive amount of views, but she faced major backlash in the process. Her first video initially received just about as many dislikes as likes, which just isn't the standard for the video sharing platform. Despite fans speaking out in support of Brie, commentators have also expressed their negative opinions. And while, as for Brie, she seems to pretend she just simply doesn't see it. In at number 3, scalding statements. There have been questions floating around about whether Brie's deeply shocking comments can be classified as feminism or discrimination. Many of her statements are indeed strong-minded and bold, often calling out or saying things that hold truth to those who are guilty. But this also leads to netizens' opinions of intimidation. However, a handful of Brie's comments have heavily leaned towards the side of discrimination, but not in the racial sense as one may think. This would be feministic discrimination, according to reports. A lot of what Brie says has caused her to be labeled a difficult woman who hates white males. And obviously, people's opinions are valid, but this may be a bit overboard. It could also be true though, so I'll let you all be the judge of this point. In number 2, jealousy. Now this next one isn't very fact-based, as according to fans of Brie, the reason she's so hated is a case of plain old classic jealousy. That hint of the ugly green venomous emotion can perhaps be the real reason people despise her, and it wouldn't be very shocking if so. She's an actress who keeps landing huge roles, is unafraid to use her platform, and continues growing in success. Surely this is grounds for some type of envy, right? But is this disdain based on truth, or are people really just envious of her unabashed accomplishments? Well, let's take note of other stars who faced insane amount of hates on their come up, for example, like Meghan Markle, Jake Paul, and Yoko Ono. All these celebrities seem to have their their own separate reasons for being rumoredly problematic or reportedly worth being chewed up and spit out in the media. And it seems Brie has unfortunately long since joined that pity party. And in at number 1, maxed out talent. Critics have deemed it mutually impossible to factor out whether or not Brie's talents are now limited or if her reputation perceives her and people just can't stand it. A lot of the questions surrounding her abilities stem from her role as Captain Marvel, as discussed earlier. As this is a huge and widely supported industry, it's no surprise fans were unhappy with at least one actor in the MCU. But can we blame it all on her portrayal? Who knows? Still, Brie never really strived to change anything about her character to possibly win fans over, just ignored their vocalization for change. And of course, no one is ever as angry as a group of supporters who remain unnoticed, hence the hate that followed. Though Brie is talented, the question here is whether she has the right talent for what she's still doing.
At number 10, we have Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke learned the hard way that mirrors can catch everything, even cheating. When a fan captured a photo at an MTV VMAs after party in New York City, the singer got exposed why he decided to get a little cheeky with the fan. Of course, it didn't go unnoticed. When the fan posted a photo to her Instagram page, many were quick to call out Robin as the mirror behind him captured the star with his hand in a place it shouldn't have been. What made things even worse is that the pair was also seen making out while the star was only a few feet away from his wife at the time, Paula Patton. The photo would then be tweeted to his wife the morning after with a warning message saying, "Look at the reflection, girl." There was definitely no getting away from that one, so let this be a warning that mirrors can catch you at your worst moments, so maybe don't take pictures in front of them. At number 9, we have Bow Wow. When Bow Wow got caught lying about his flight on a private jet, the whole world would be laughing at the star. When the rapper posted a photo to Instagram, he made it seem like he was boarding a private jet to New York to promote his new TV show, Growing Up Hip Hop. However, as soon as the rapper would post the photo, another photo began circulating online claiming that Bow Wow was on a commercial flight alongside fellow passengers. The user would then go on to say, "So this guy, Little Bow Wow, is on my flight to New York," but on Instagram he posted a photo of a private jet claiming he was traveling on that instead of the commercial aircraft. What made matters worse is that one even found Bow Wow used a stock photo from the Fort Lauderdale's VIP transportation site. It's probably best to not lie and always remain 100% authentic to your fans because you never know when one might call you out on it. At number 8, we have Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande found out the hard way that you should always double check translations before you get a tattoo, after the star intended to get 7 rings tattooed on her hand in Japanese translation. When the star uploaded the photo to her Instagram, many were quick to say that the tattoo actually meant a small charcoal grill. Grande of course tried to fix the tattoo, which also seemed to backfire on her as it would now read Japanese barbecue fingers. Luckily for the star, palm tattoos only tend to peel and fade much faster than other tattoos, so she'll have a chance to easily cover it up one day with another tattoo. But before you go and get a tattoo in another language, make sure you do your research because you don't know if you'll end up in a similar situation. At number 7, we have Kris Jenner. So remember that time Kris Jenner shared a photo of herself with chef Gordon Ramsay, and it was so heavily edited that Ramsay's face looked strangely smooth and shiny. Unfortunately, we know that this makeover was a result of a filter and some serious editing because Ramsay would then post another photo where he looked completely different and more natural. Now, the Kardashian-Jenner family clearly loves editing their photos, and their family has been called out numerous times over the last few years. Now, yes, the light wasn't exactly flattering, but both of them look fine, so Kris really didn't need to do any fine-tuning around the edges. Fans were quick to call out Kris, and one even noted that the photo was overly filtered and that Gordon had some serious guts to post the real photos. The fan would then go on to say that it's much shame that they didn't need to look like they were 30 years old. At number 6, we have Charlie Sheen. When Charlie Sheen was dining at a Las Vegas restaurant back in 2011, he decided he wanted to get in touch with Justin Bieber, so he decided it would be smart to send a direct message through Twitter. The actor would go on to write his phone number and told the singer to call him. However, instead of the number being sent by a direct message, it was actually a tweet posted to his page, and his number ended up reaching 5.5 million of his followers. The star quickly started to receive 1,800 text messages and countless phone calls. Now, at first he did play along with it and decided to be a pizzeria each time the phone rang, but that got old quickly and he opted to change his number after having a good laugh at his own mistake. At number 5, we have Courtney Love. Courtney Love once tried to claim that she cracked the code on the missing Malaysian air flight. However, However, she was just looking at photos of boats. Back in 2014, the singer would post, "I'm no expert, but close up, does this look like a plane in an oil slick?" She then went on to post evidence in a diagram of the photos where she believed the plane was. A fan would later zoom up on the pictures and say, "Sometimes our eyes see what we want them to see." The picture would then show a boat, and the fan would know, although it was an interesting note, it looks more like the other boats in the area, but keep up the good work. That one was definitely embarrassing for the star, to the point that she hasn't been so vocal on her conspiracies since. At number 4, we have Rob Kardashian. So you think because Rob's family knows how to run social media that he would have learned the power it could have. Now, in Rob's defense, we have all lied about applying to schools just to keep our parents happy. But let this be a warning, maybe don't lie about it on Twitter because you might get busted by the school you said you applied to. Back in 2012, when Rob would tweet that he was going to law school very soon, he was excited to attend, and then he went on to tag the University of Southern California. While some were quick to congratulate the reality TV star, USC came out to say that it was news to them and that he wasn't going to their school as he never even applied. While everyone was having a good poke at the star for that one, I think it's a good time to remind Rob to be careful out there because you never know who's gonna call you out on your next lie. At number 3, we have Kim Kardashian. Back in 2015, Kim got called out by Armani on Twitter for not knowing how to spell Giorgio's name. The incident started over Kim being upset about the brand's discontinuing her favorite foundation and how she was on her last bottle and wanted the company to continue making it so it wouldn't be a huge inconvenience for her. Now, in the tweet she did write, "Why is Giorgio Armani discontinuing my favorite foundation?" and spelled Giorgio's name as Georgio. Armani would then tweet to the star saying to let them know what foundation she needed and they would send it out to her. They also threw a little shade at the star by telling her how to spell Mr. Armani's name as Giorgio. While there are other world issues other than a discontinued bottle of foundation, Kim, she was definitely embarrassed online for that one. At number 2, we have Gal Gadot. Actress Gal Gadot received a lot of backlash after her tribute to Stephen Hawking was seen as insensitive towards the disabled community. The star would tweet that she wished he was free of any physical constraints and that his brilliance and wisdom would be cherished forever. Fans were quickly to come for the star as they had an issue with the fact that she said Stephen's passing finally freed him from his physical constraints. Twitter user Adam B. Zimmerman would come out to say that Stephen's disabilities didn't stop him from changing the world and that people with disabilities don't wish to be free from their challenges, they wish to be valued for what they can do and not pitied for what they can't do. And many other users would beg the star to delete her insensitive tweet. And at number 1 today, we have Doja Cat. Doja Cat was almost cancelled after fans accused the star of participating in anti-Semitic chat rooms using some inappropriate language. Just days after the star landed her first Billboard #1 hit, she was accused of allegedly participating in the chatting platform called Tiny Chat. In viral footage, the singer could be heard making suggestive comments and also using some pretty insensitive words to call out the black community on the site.
I'm gonna start with, I'm very sorry to anybody who's taken offense, to anybody who I've hurt.
It's a music video by FAQ tweets that I've do it.
Let's take your work all night.
The star would then come forward to say that she's been using the site since she was a kid and she shouldn't have been using some of the rooms and that she was sorry if she offended anyone. Doja Cat's actions would cause her to be unfollowed by majority of her fan base, but that wouldn't be the only time the star would be humbled, as back in July, Doja would message Stranger Things actor Noah Schnapp about his Stranger Things co-star. Coming in number 10 today, we have cheating on Maya Henry. Liam Payne and Maya Henry's relationship problems were publicized from the start. The on and off again couple's relationship really hit the fan, however, and it wouldn't be until a cheating scandal happened that things would end once and for all. With chaos breaking the internet in 2022 after model Alina Mawa shared a photo of Liam in his arms wrapped around her to her Instagram stories. The picture was soon reposted by a fan and many were quick to point out that the woman in the photos was not Liam's fiance. Liam was then bombarded with messages about the post because she took to the comments to ask people to stop sending her the photos by saying, "This is not me and it's hard enough knowing this happened without seeing it." Maya was then able to move on later after she posted a TikTok claiming she was Team Bryce after Liam discussed the possibility of participating in a boxing match during his impulsive interview. To the point Bryce Hall even responded by challenging the musician to a match. Number 9. The impulsive interview. When Liam Liam Payne made an appearance on YouTuber Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast in 2022. Things got a little heated after he said he has come to blows over an incident with an unnamed band member, and went on to say there was a moment when there was an argument backstage and one member in particular, threw me up against a wall, so I said to him, if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again. With the unnamed culprit definitely firing up Liam for the rest of the interview, the bedroom floor singer also went on to get a lot of heat for his controversial comments about Zayn Malik's childhood, when he said, "My parents are overly supportive to the point it's annoying at times." Zayn had a different upbringing in that sense. And if the interview couldn't get any worse, he also left fans scratching their heads after he said his debut single Strip That Down was a bigger commercial hit than all of his former bandmates' first song solos. Even after Liam issued an apology for all the remarks he made about Zayn, he still wasn't able to bounce back completely with his fans. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. The age gap. Liam Payne was 26 years old when he first went public with his then 19-year-old girlfriend, Maya Henry. The questionable age gap didn't stop the couple from professing their love for each other on social media. Liam then took to his Instagram in 2019 to share a photo of him and Henry getting close together. In the caption, he thanked the model for her support by writing, "Then last but not least, this one, at Maya Henry, for always keeping the biggest smile on my face through all the stress and making me realize how perfect my life really is." The couple then would go on to get engaged in 2020, but ultimately decided to go their separate ways. However, throughout the course of their relationship, Liam was constantly criticized for pursuing someone much younger than him, and some people even dug up more information to prove that Maya was actually lying about her age and she was 17 when they first began dating. With one Twitter user sharing screenshots of a number of sites that alleged Maya was actually 1 year younger than what she was claiming to be. In one tweet, the user would write, in 2016 an article about her 15th birthday party was posted in the Daily Mail, which stated she was still a freshman in high school, which would then put her in the graduating class of 2019. The thread gained so much attention to the point Liam even had to come out to say 19, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Number 7. His thoughts on Harry Styles. Liam Payne's thoughts on Harry Styles' fashion evolution have definitely raised a couple of eyebrows or two. When the musician first started to shade Harry during an interview with Glamour magazine back in 2017, after being asked about the possibilities of Harry babysitting his son Bear, Liam would respond by saying, "I couldn't rely on Harry cause I feel like my child would come out dressed in something that I just wouldn't understand." Liam then tried his luck in another interview with The Face in 2019 where he touched on both the musician's artistic differences when he said, "I mean, look at the stuff I put out and the stuff Harry puts out. Polar opposite. I'm like the Antichrist version of what Harry is." As the interview went forward, Liam was then asked about his thoughts when it came to Harry's fashion, and he would say, "For me, it's a case of fair play to him for doing what he effing wants. If he wants to wear one earring and go to the Met Gala wearing something unexpected, what of it? Fair effing play. I couldn't put myself in that. I'd look weird." By 2020, Liam would finally do Harry's style justice after Harry appeared on the cover of Vogue in a dress by telling Capital Breakfast it was great. Number 6. Excluded Zayn Malik. It seems like when Zayn Malik decided to leave One Direction behind, his departure was definitely hard for many of the group members, especially Liam, and he became really savage over the incident, as he did everything he could to exclude the former boy band member from everything, especially when it came to praising his other bandmates for working so hard. As let's not forget, he once left Zayn out of a tweet that congratulated his fellow group members on their victory after fans got the hashtag One Direction Best Fans trending as part of the contest. Liam would then take to his own Twitter account to tag Niall, Lewis, and Harry before saying, "Can you believe that after so long? Thank you so much, you guys are unbelievable." But how do you forget to congratulate someone who helped you make it to the top? No wonder why Zayn made the decision to leave the band in the first place. Number 5. The biphobic song lyrics. Liam Payne has received a lot of backlash when it comes to the vulgar language used in his lyrics in his single Both Ways, a song that gets into the intimacy with a partner who likes both girls and guys. Needless to say, the song wasn't really well received at all, as fans would soon take to Twitter to share how they felt about the song's lyrics and even created a hashtag Liam Payne is over party to drive their point across social media platforms, with one user calling out the singer for treating women like they were objects just so he could fulfill his fantasies. Another would point out how it was disgusting and that Zayn would never do this. Liam would then issue an apology later for his song in an interview with the Daily Star, when he would say, "It was never my intention with any of the writings or things I was doing. I was just challenging myself in different areas." The Star then went on to suggest that he was presented with the song idea and decided to move forward with it, when he said, "I was a pigeonholed into this kind of thing, and of course, I'm a young guy and I'm interested in that sort of stuff. I liked the idea of the song and the grooves or certain vibes, so I was like, okay, let's go for it." Number 4. Jabs at Justin Bieber. Throughout his career, Liam Payne has also had a lot of ups and downs when it comes to his relationship or friendship with Justin Bieber, with One Direction and Justin Bieber being one of the most successful teen pop idols during the 2010s. When it came to the competition between the boys, it wasn't really surprising. Take March 2015 for an example, when in response to a fan's question about Liam's career versus Justin's career, Liam would tweet, "How many times have I been arrested?" And then in September 2015, Justin would take to his Snapchat to suggest that his album, which was set to be released on the same day as One Direction's new project, would earn more sales. Later, Justin would also go on a radio show to say he wasn't upset about it. However, he did believe One Direction only chose the same date to drop their album for press. Liam later shared his perspective on Logan Paul's podcast when he explained he once even had a one-on-one conversation with Justin so the pair could squash their beef, and they walked away on good terms. But when Logan suggested Liam should take Justin on in a celebrity boxing match, Liam would claim that Bieber just wasn't qualified to take him on. But it's definitely the other way around. Number 3. Cheryl Cole. For years, not much has been known about Cheryl Cole's and Liam's Payne co-parenting skills together, as they both like to keep the more intimate details on their relationship pretty private. However, Liam once shockingly revealed information about Cheryl's difficult delivery in the couple's relationship dynamic during his interview on Impulsive with Logan Paul, when he said, "To be honest with you, yeah, it ruined a relationship for me in that point, but for all the right reasons," with Liam adding that he was alone with his son for the first day after Cole gave birth. Liam may have painted this picture to show how determined he was to be a good father, but his transparency definitely backfired later, as Cheryl wasn't happy to find out Liam let the whole world know about their past relationship, and a source close to the star would tell Closer later she was quite shocked and disappointed about Liam's oversharing interview, giving away personal info about her, given he knows how private she likes to be. She's chatted things through with him since, hoping to re-establish their privacy boundaries. Number 2. The poster. When it comes to Zayn Malik and Liam's relationship, it seems like Liam can't leave the past in the past, as in one incident, Liam and his fellow members of One Direction decided to pose for a photo with a poster of the band. At this point, Zayn made the decision to leave the band, and Liam was still being salty over his bandmate's move, and decided in a joking manner that it would be a good idea to cover Zayn's face on the poster. However, fans didn't see Liam's gesture as being a joke, and they started to head to social media platforms like Twitter to call out the musician and his rude behavior. And they even told the star that he just wasn't funny, and I mean, they weren't wrong. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Shub Lewis. It seems like Liam isn't exactly as buddy-buddy with his One Direction bandmates as he would like people to think he is, as at one point, during one of the boy band's concerts, he actually was seen shoving his bandmate Louis Tomlinson on stage. While Harry Styles was performing, Liam and Louis, out of nowhere, would get into a slight brawl. With there being a time and a place to have any altercation on stage in front of your fans is definitely not the place, especially when you should be supporting your other bandmates. Liam has tried to say that the two are only joking around, however that hasn't stopped fans from coming after him on social media. Liam then went on to take on all the backlash in a humorous manner, instead of addressing it, learning from his mistakes, as he just decided to ignore it. But joke or not, you just don't put your hands on someone, there's no excuse for it. Starting off for list day at number 10, we have Too Excited About the Film. In the beginning, it was said that Florence was extremely excited that she was getting the chance chance to work with Olivia Wilde on the set of Don't Worry Darling, to the point she just wouldn't stop expressing her excitement through her social media posts. After joining the project, Florence would then share a screenshot of the news on her Instagram account where she said, "Olivia Wilde just casted me in a film. Gasp." She then went on to say that Olivia was her idol and that she was grateful that she was letting her be a part of such an incredible cast. Florence couldn't wait to join the cast and that she couldn't stop gushing about the project, to the point when she finally did reach the set, Olivia started acting weird around her and it made her just want to leave the film. Number 9. A talented and liked actress. For months, Olivia Wilde has been the center of celebrity gossip as media outlets all over the world have been investigating the issues that went down on her project, Don't Worry Darling. And during the investigation, Olivia has managed to become one of the most hated people in Hollywood, with people now creating a laundry list of complaints. Some have even investigated whether the actress cheated on her ex Jason Sudeikis, and they have even started to pit Olivia against the star of the film, Florence Pugh. While most of the complaints have climbed, Pugh felt ignored by Wilde on set, and the media has created a hot mess of memes on the situation, to the point it's become pretty hard to follow. With Olivia being in the wrong over her feud with Florence, it has everyone closing the door on the actor and has caused her hatred towards the actor to only grow. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming back to our list today, in the number 8 spot, we have Harry Styles' love triangle. During the rise of all the drama that surrounded the set of Don't Worry Darling, Olivia Wilde's former nanny would come forward to make some shocking allegations, and with them she would allege that Florence Pugh was the first one on set to have a fling with Harry Styles, and this drove Olivia Wilde nuts. In an explosive interview with the Daily Mail, the nanny would claim that Olivia once told her ex-boyfriend when they were still together that Flo was effing Harry, and she had a boyfriend. The nanny also claimed that she herself spoke to Florence to alert her about Olivia's complaints before the premiere of the film. Apparently, Olivia was so jealous of their fling that she even had to make a cast meeting to go over safety protocols to make sure she was making an example out of Florence. Once she was able to drive a wedge in between their relationship, she slid right in there and replaced Florence as fast as she could. Number 7. Didn't promote Don't Worry Darling. When Don't Worry Darling started to make headlines for all the wrong reasons, all the drama that would start to unfold after Florence was observed not promoting the film. In the past, Florence had entered into the spotlight since her acting debut in 2014 in the movie The Falling, and since she has been known for being loud and clear in her thoughts and with promoting the films that she's been in. And with it, not only have fans appreciated her dedication to her amazing work, but they have also praised her for being clear with what she says. So when the rest of the cast began to share the release dates, the trailers, and talked about their time on set, Florence stayed quiet, and this made Olivia extremely upset over the matter. Number 6. Florence uncomfortable about her affair. When an inside source spoke to Page 6, they would reveal the rift between Florence and Olivia started because Florence was ultimately uncomfortable with the fact Olivia was cheating on Jason Sudeikis with Harry Styles. The source would then tell the media outlet, "I can tell you for a fact that Flo seeing Olivia and Harry all over each other on set did not go down as well as Olivia was hoping for, as she was still with Jason when she hooked up with Harry." Another source of them revealed that Jason was visiting the set with the kids in the beginning of their affair, so it made a lot of people on the set feel uncomfortable. It would then be alleged that there was also a lack of professionalism when it came to Olivia's side, as sources would point out that Florence was ultimately disappointed that Olivia kept disappearing from set to canoodle with her new boyfriend in between takes. Florence was so upset about the absences that when she said something, Olivia began to scream at her like a wild woman. Number 5. Florence close to Jason Sudeikis. So before Florence was on the set of Don't Worry Darling, she was actually really close to Olivia's ex, Jason Sudeikis, at one point. When the set of the film started, Florence was still in a relationship with Zach Braff, and because of his friendship with Jason, Florence was actually pretty close. When Florence started working on the set and noticed Olivia was cheating on her boyfriend, she found things extremely awkward for her. Eventually, during filming, both Florence and Zach called things off, and Florence's cameo was cut from Jason Sudeikis' show Ted Lasso, because apparently Florence told Jason about Olivia's affair, and she said Florence was lying and it was actually her cheating on Zach with Harry, and this led Florence and Zach to split, while more drama started to circulate around the whole affair or affairs. Number 4. Different opinions. In the trailer for Don't Worry Darling, it was clear that there was some spicy content. Olivia then, in a cover story with Vogue, would pretty much say she was disappointed that there's never been a good movie that surrounds intimacy, and she would go on to make comments about the lack of female pleasure in mainstream cinema by saying, when it comes to female pleasure, it's something that we just don't see very often unless you're talking about queer cinema. Later, Florence would then express a different view of things when she sat down for an interview with Harper Bazaar and expressed her disappointment that the Don't Worry Darling film was too focused on intimate scenes. She even took a dig at Olivia when she pretty much said, when it's reduced to your intimate scenes, or to watch the most famous man in the world go down on someone, it's not why we do it, it's not why I'm in the industry. She then went on to note that the movie could have been bigger and better than the people who made the movie, and they were also bigger and better than that. Number 3. The press conference. On September 5th, 2022, Don't Worry Darling premiered at the Venice Film Festival, and Florence managed to dodge the press conference but attended the red carpet event. This would make Olivia fume, as the whole world was already talking about their feud, and it would only have been the perfect event to cover up the feud. However, instead, the set tried to claim that the actress was missing because she was on the set of Dune Part 2. While it would make sense that Florence would not be at a press event because of her schedule, in the context of everything else that was happening in the lead up to the Don't Worry Darling release, the fact that she missed the release event suggests that the feud between Olivia and Florence was very much real, and something that media outlets did not make up. Number 2. Silence. In July of 2021, as the promotion for Don't Worry Darling started to ramp up, Olivia ended up sharing a photo of Florence from the set, and she captioned the photo saying, "Watching this woman work was such an effing thrill. Can't wait to show you more." Also, immediately fans began to sense that something was just a little bit off with Olivia's post, and then they started to point out that Florence didn't even give the post a like. Olivia, then scared of what this might mean for her image in the press, then proceeded to share a number of different promotional material for the movie in the lead up to its release. But then Florence, on the other hand, who is normally very active and outspoken on Instagram, remained silent, which is strange for the actor. And number 1, Shia LaBeouf's dramatic exit. So back in September 2020, it was announced that Harry Styles would be replacing Shia for one of the lead roles. With Shia exiting the film, Olivia would try to explain he was dropped from the film due to his poor behavior, when she told Variety that Shia has a process that is, in some ways, seems to require combative energy. Olivia would then try to state that she had a responsibility to make Florence feel safe, and Shia would then deny being fired from the film, and he would then go on to share emails and texts between him and Olivia, and they definitely showed a different story. In the text, she would beg Shia to stay on the project even if it meant it was a wake-up call for Florence. Shia's text would then have Olivia scrambling to her feet to try to fix all the damage by saying she was given an ultimatum and knew she had to stand by Florence, and this made her resent Florence even more. Number 10. Hailey Bieber. Shady people clearly like to be friends with other shady people, and that's exactly what Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner's relationship is compiled of. Just one big lump of shade. Now, both Hailey and Kylie have been best friends for years, and they only grew more closer after Justin Bieber married the model. And fast forward to today, it seems like the stars are still supporting one another as they endearingly take the time to celebrate each other's success from time to time. As Hailey has commended the growth of Kylie Cosmetics' empire by saying, "I've always been so inspired by that." And Kylie also congratulated Hailey on starting her own skincare line by saying, "First, I want to say that I'm so proud of you and I love Rhode." So it's clear that the girls are really close, and with Selena's fans constantly going at Hailey for her constant shade against Selena Gomez, it's clear to see why these two ladies hate Selena. But imagine if they could put all the shade behind them and just be friends and support each other. They would be such a powerful trio, because women need to support other women, not shade them. Number 9. The Instagram takeover. So Kylie Jenner was the most followed woman on Instagram with 380 million followers until Selena dethroned her as she made an epic return to the social media platform and quickly stole Kylie's crown. Which can't exactly be sitting too well with Kylie, as now she doesn't really have anything to brag about when it comes to her family, as she's not the richest sister any longer, and she's definitely not the most followed person. Now, Selena previously had been the most followed woman on Instagram, but when she left the social media platform for a period of time, she only returned stronger than ever before, and this definitely has to be getting on Kylie's nerves. As amidst her dethroning on the platform, she threw some total shade at Selena by mocking her eyebrows. Before returning to Instagram, Selena did take a short break from the platform, and she would explain to Vanity Fair that she removed Instagram from her phone and that she actually passed on the responsibility to another member of her team because she found the app to be toxic. And honestly, she was right to think so, as just as she returned and became the most followed woman on Instagram, it's clear other women in the spotlight were jealous and they tried everything they could to bring her down. And because of it, she's left the app again. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8, Justin Bieber. Back in February of 2016, Kylie Jenner would sit down for her first major interview with a British magazine, where she would open up about being part of the most famous family in the world, and how Justin Bieber helped her deal with her fame. When talking about Justin helping her with her fame, she would say, "I'm so close to him because I feel like he's been through exactly what I've been through in a completely different way, but similar. So he just gets me, and every time I see him, he always sits down and is like, 'Are you okay? You're amazing. You can get through this. Just stay true to yourself.' He helps me a lot, so it's clear that Justin and Kylie have an amazing relationship, as he has come to Kylie's defense more than once, telling everyone to just leave her alone. And while Justin was still dating Selena, Kylie and her sister Kendall actually used to be friends with Selena, but when they split, seemingly the sisters also dropped their friendship with Selena, as they clearly have loyalty to Justin, and due to all the drama surrounding Selena, Justin, and Hailey, it's clear Kylie has taken the side of her friends and became a mean girl in the process. And number 7, the eyebrows. So the eyebrow feud is definitely not on fleek, and I'm honestly just so disappointed that apparently grown celebrity woman just can't leave the high school drama, well, in high school. So it's no lie when I say Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber's relationship has been dogged by drama for years, as both ladies have been romantically involved with Justin Bieber. And despite Hailey saying it was all love between the two women on the Call Her Daddy podcast in 2022, it hasn't stopped fans from pitting the two against each other. And now it seems like Hailey's best friend Kylie Jenner has entered the chat. In February, Kylie out of nowhere weighed in on the drama by posting a close-up eyebrow photo that took some jabs against Selena. So just after Hailey and Selena decided to wave the white flag and become friends in October 2022, Selena decided in February 2023 to share a post to her TikTok saying, "I accidentally laminated my brows too much." And then just a matter of hours, Kylie shared a picture of her own arches on Instagram, writing, "This is an accident." Then Hailey got involved in the mocking of Selena after Kylie later shared a screenshot with a FaceTime call, and both women were caught showing off their carefully groomed brows on the camera, which then pushed back Hailey to limit comments on her Instagram, and Kylie pretty much told her fans to basically chill out. Number 6, Kendall Jenner. So it's clear that all the drama started after Selena went on vacation in Mexico. While on vacation, the paparazzi captured a photo of Selena in her bikini, and the images were released online on January 3rd. Internet trolls then took to the section to body shame the star while trying to give her some advice. So while a lot of the trolls were making fun of the star, it seems like things were only going to accelerate after a TikTok video posted by Hailey Bieber started to circulate online, where fans pointed out that Hailey and her friends, Kendall Jenner and Justine Skye, were clearly taking the time to mock Selena Gomez's vacation photos. In the video, the ladies could be seen lip syncing to the lyrics. I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right. Fans after seeing that video were outraged and thought their TikTok was directed at Selena, as they were all hinting at the fact that she deserved all of the body shaming. And when Hailey deleted the video, it only added more fuel to the fire, as fans began questioning, why did Hailey delete the video if she didn't make fun of Selena in the first place? This then started to label Hailey and Kendall as a mean girl, and whoever Kylie hates, so does Kendall, as the Kardashians always seem to stick together. Just look at how they all iced out Jordan Woods and Scott Disick. Mean girls. 5, actually talented. So it's clear that Kylie Jenner's talent, outside of being able to wear expensive clothes, drive drive expensive cars, live in expensive houses, and fight with her family on a reality TV. It's non-existent. And even her talent for being the richest member of her family was the biggest scam that was uncovered after she lied about being a billionaire. However, Selena Gomez, on the other hand, is a triple threat because not only can this girl sing, but she can act and dance. And outside of her talent, she's also a beautiful, young, kind, smart, and warm-hearted girl that has grown into this very strong woman so she could get through her own ups and downs. Just after Kylie took to her Instagram page to mock Selena, it would cause Selena to dethrone the star and gain 12.8 million followers, and Kylie ended up losing 1.8 million amidst her feud. It's clear that even Kylie, stating that there is no beef between the two sides, there is, and she's just really fake to the public so she doesn't damage her reputation. She's clearly jealous that Selena has talent, and now she's built an empire on Kylie's failure. Number 4. Kylie's toxic. Kylie, Kendall, and Selena all used to be best friends, but back in 2014 when Selena decided to purge her Instagram friends, we were all shocked when we noticed that the Wizard of Waverly Place actor decided to delete her new besties, Kylie and Kendall. But after she revealed the reason behind it, we all understood why she did what she did. When Selena was friends with Kylie and Kendall, they made her feel like she was more alone, and it got to the point where she found her friendship with the sisters was extremely toxic and unhealthy. Selena was 21 at the time, and she had enough with all the partying, and she really just wanted to focus on her music and going to church, but her friendship with the Jenners was just getting in the way of that. Now both Kylie and Kendall are close to Selena's on and off again love, Justin Bieber, and to them, he can do nothing wrong. So while Selena was going through the breakups, Selena felt like she wasn't receiving any support from the two ladies who claimed they were her best friend. A source close to Selena would then also say she just feels alone and doesn't know who to trust or to turn to. And later they would say Kendall and Kylie just don't know Selena the way that Taylor Swift does. Number 3, just mean girls. It's clear Selena Gomez just can't sit with Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner and Hailey Bieber, as all 3 girls have been labeled as mean girls, as the public is currently labeling the trio as bullies since they have been publicly bullying Selena with their very immature behavior. Fans for a long time have been aware that there has been some bad blood between Selena and Hailey, as it dates back to the days of their love triangle with Justin Bieber. And from the beginning, Kylie and Kendall have gotten wrapped up into all of the drama, as they also once claimed that they have helped Hailey take Justin from Selena. With the girls thinking their fans would just laugh with them over their latest move to hurt Selena, it was definitely miscalculated, as many social media users seem like they are largely put off by their behavior, as they are behaving like catty teens, especially since these women have millions of dollars thanks to their successful careers, and they can't even act like grown adults. Number 2, ruined career. Now, if you've been keeping up with all the latest Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber, and Kylie drama, then you know that Kylie Jenner is definitely in her flop era, as her career is definitely in trouble, as she took a major hit on social media after her bullying allegations were brought to light. Since news first broke about the fact Kylie and Hailey might have just mocked Selena about her eyebrows being brought to light, some have started a conversation on TikTok by sharing videos where fans can be seen examining the decline of Kylie's fan base since the incident. With the videos showing not only Kylie's fan base dropping below 1 million followers, there has also been a major dip in her company sales. While Selena, on the other hand, has only increased, landing her over 1 million new followers and more sales in her rare beauty line, which proves Kylie's career could be in jeopardy, as even Kris Jenner doesn't even know how to handle this much damage control. Lately, Kylie fans on TikTok have been tossing away their favorite lip kits and swapping them for rare beauty products, and this could be a major problem for Kylie, as her cosmetic line is her main source of income. If no sales, it could potentially be a huge problem for the star. And coming in at number 1 today, we have the ended friendship. So back in 2014, Kylie and Kendall would both claim that they were glad they weren't friends with Selena Gomez any longer, just after Selena cut ties with the sisters because she thought they were a toxic distraction. Kylie and Kendall would claim that all Selena's claims were just twisted and that they were better off not having Selena in their life, as then they went on to claim it was actually Selena who was the real drama-obsessed party girl. But it seemed like recent events seemed to prove otherwise. Kylie and Kendall's claims would come just after Selena purged them from her social media, as not only was Selena convinced the sisters were tarnishing her career, but she also held a grudge against Kylie, as it was reported she was just getting a little too close to Justin, and Selena was convinced something was going on between them. Watch out, Hailey. Starting off our list at number 10 today, we have Justin Bieber still loves Selena. So imagine being married to a guy that still loves his ex. How would you feel? Well, if you were Hailey Bieber, you'd probably be thinking, after her latest mean girl move, that her relationship is completely over with Justin Bieber. Let's face it, Canadians are nice and we don't stand mean girls. Since Justin got married to Hailey, he hasn't felt whole, and it came to the point after Selena was hospitalized that he thought he made a huge mistake when it came to his marriage with Hailey. An inside source would then reveal that Justin still loves Selena, as she was his first great love, and while he was young and traveling around the world as a superstar, he learned a great deal from Selena. Even during his honeymoon with Hailey, all he could do was think about Selena, and this is why Hailey and Justin are in therapy to help their marriage, because they both know they made a mistake, but Hailey just doesn't want to lose Justin to Selena. Number 9. The eyebrows. When Selena recently posted a video on her TikTok page, she would say, "I accidentally laminated my eyebrows too much," to the point Kylie Jenner would then find herself in the middle of Hailey's and Selena's feud after she posted a photo on her Instagram story writing, "This was an accident," on top of her own laminated brows. And not going to lie, the timing was just pretty questionable considering that Selena shared a video on her TikTok just a few hours before. And adding more fuel to the fire, Kylie then went on to share a screenshot of a FaceTime call with Hailey where they both showed their eyebrows for the camera. But Kylie quickly went on to deny the fact that she helped mock Selena with Hailey after she noticed her followers were declining on her social media platforms by saying, "This is reaching no shades towards Selena ever. I didn't see her eyebrow post. You guys are making something out of nothing. This is silly." Clearly Selena just didn't want to step on the biggest family in Hollywood's heels, so she obviously went on to agree with Kylie and went on to say, "Agreed, Kylie Jenner, it's all unnecessary. I'm a fan of Kylie." But it's clear Kylie and Hailey were both making fun of Selena, which is sad to see, and there's a reason why they're losing millions of followers today. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Jumping back into the list at the number 8 spot, we have Selena's body. So back in January, Hailey posted a TikTok video which her friends Kendall Jenner and Justine Skye were in, and you could see them all mouthing the words, "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." Hailey was then quick to delete the video after fans commented saying her post was clearly directed at Selena, after Selena was hit with body shaming comments on a bikini photo she posted. So it makes us wonder if Hailey, did you hate Selena's bikini picture because Justin liked it? And while Hailey said she never comments on things like body shaming, she then tried to clarify why the post that she deleted was deleted and said the post was just a random TikTok sound that the group did for fun and that it wasn't directed at anyone. However, it's kind of hard to believe because the way Kendall went on to sip her drink made it clear that it was directed at someone, because let's face the fact, the Kardashians aren't good actors and neither is Hailey. At the end of the day, Selena seemed unbothered by the mean post, as she went on to say, "Okay, I don't let these things get me down. Be nice to everyone." Number 7. Taylor Swift. After the whole eyebrow ordeal, the whole world started to wonder what happened that made Hailey randomly turn into a mean girl. But the truth is, the star has always been a mean girl, and we all just didn't realize it until now. After Selena came across a resurfaced video of Hailey seemingly targeting her best friend, Taylor Swift. In the clip, Hailey could be seen co-hosting Drop the Mic with Method Man, after the rapper says, in a one-on-one battle full of the meanest lyrics about a celebrity since Taylor Swift's last album, the model could be seen sticking her fingers in her mouth and making a gagging notion. In the comment section, Selena then quickly came to Taylor's defense, commenting, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best." That one definitely had to make Hailey a little salty, as it's clear she only hates Selena's inner circle because she wants to be the next Selena Gomez, but who doesn't? Number 6. Talent. While Hailey may be a model, it seems like she was only able to make a name for herself because she comes from a talented family. But when it comes to talent herself, she's been having a little bit of a hard time when it comes to booking runways, and she blames it on a casting director who shook her confidence on the runway. While the model doesn't feel like putting herself into a position to feel small on the runway, it's not her first time that she would talk about about feeling low as in 2019. She opened up in an Instagram post when she said, "I'm insecure, I'm fragile, I'm hurting, I have fears, I have doubts, I have anxiety, I get sad." It seems like the reason Hailey hates Selena so much is even when Selena is down, she still managed to continue on with her career and come out on top. While Hailey may be more focused on her own skincare line, it's just clear she doesn't have the power to stay on top without her husband's name, and that's why she's sinking to the low level of taking other women down because she finds them a threat. Number 5, nice girl. Since the beginning, Selena has always remained true to herself, as she's always come across to be this kind-hearted individual who cares about the well-being of those around her. And she's used her platform to speak out about issues that truly matter. Her actions over the tears tell us more about her personality than a simple test ever could. Even if you look at photos of the star since she was small, she's always seen holding her head high with an inviting smile. But Hailey, on the other hand, doesn't have a clean-cut image like Selena. While Selena's fans claim that she's actually sweet and inviting, Hailey won't even give her fans the time of day. Selena is also praised for her manners when she's out in public, but Hailey, on the other hand, has been called out for the way she treats others, especially servers. It's clear that even fans have been comparing the two girls' manners, and while Selena comes across as a nice girl, it's clear Hailey has always been this mean girl. Also, have you ever noticed, usually Justin protects his wife in these sort of situations, but this time he's been pretty quiet, and it's clear he's letting Hailey dig herself out of her own hole this time around. Number 4, too mature for games. Just after Selena left the comment on Hailey's resurfaced video of her making fun of Taylor Swift, Selena announced her plans to take a break from social media by saying, "I'm gonna be taking a second from social media because this is a little silly, and I'm 30, I'm too old for this." She then went on to delete her TikTok account. While Selena is known to take breaks from social media every now and then, as of early February, she revealed in an interview with Vanity Fair that she was really fond of TikTok and it was the only app she currently had on her phone because she found it to be less hostile. She would also say there are wonderful things about social media, like connecting with her fans and seeing how excited they are and seeing their stories. But today, Selena has her assistant upload photos for her. While Selena is too old to play games with mean girls of Hollywood, it seems like Hailey Bieber isn't over this phase just yet, and she's doing everything she can to get a rise out of Selena. And while Selena has definitely chosen to take the higher route and not succumb to what everyone's trying to draw out of her, it probably is why she's become Hailey's #1 target. Number 3, Dream Life. Following the reignition of their ongoing feud, Selena's fans have been quick to dive into signs that they can use against Hailey. Fans are now starting to believe that Hailey has been copying Selena for years, and now several TikTok videos have been made where fans have pointed out things they believe aren't just coincidences, and it's clear that Hailey was so obsessed with Justin Bieber at a young age, she wanted to become the next Selena Gomez. As an example, in one of the clips, Selena said in an interview she wished more people knew her heart. Then when Hailey showed up to do an interview with Jimmy Fallon, she said the exact same thing. The same thing appeared to be true when Selena said she was a huge Britney Spears fan, and Hailey went on to echo a similar sentiment. Another TikTok video has also pointed out the similarities between Selena Gomez and Hailey's cooking show when Gomez launched Selena and Chef on HBO Max in 2020. 2 years later, Hailey launched What's in My Kitchen on YouTube. The viral clip points out the likeness between the two cooking shows, which also captured Hailey saying, "Okay, okie dokie," which is a phrase Selena's known for saying on her own show. Also, it seems like Hailey has also copied Selena's beauty line to a T, so copycat much? Number 2, Justin's mom still loves Selena. Just when you thought all this Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez drama couldn't get any worse, the drama has definitely reached its peak, as it now appears like Justin's mom has entered the chat. On top of Patty tweeting, "Hate is ugly, don't be ugly," Twitter fans have also claimed she liked and unliked a comment about Selena taking a break from her social media accounts. It's clear that Justin's mom is on Selena's side in this situation, as Selena has chosen to take the high road during the height of all this drama, as she's remained unbothered by all of Hailey and her friends' hate. On top of the hate, Selena has also taken the time to tell her fans that she does love them for choosing to call out those who are being mean girls and who are on a mission to bring the singer down. And coming in at number 1 today, we have the homewrecker. During an appearance on the podcast Call Her Daddy, Hailey would clarify the notion that she stole Justin from Selena, as she explained that she never interfered with their relationship. The whole claim just seemed a little sus though, because it came out of nowhere and it just came out days days before Selena's documentary was released. In the interview, Hailey would say, when he and I ever started like hooking up or like anything of that sort, he was not ever in a relationship ever at any point. She then told podcast host Alex Cooper, it's not my character to mess with someone's relationship. I would just never do that. I'm not interested in doing that, and I never was. But just because she didn't take him away from a relationship doesn't mean that she didn't take advantage of Justin's situation. Before Justin was with Hailey, just 6 months prior, he was still with Selena. And during this period, Justin was in a pretty vulnerable place. Hailey made him believe that being married would fix all his problems, and when it didn't, he started to realize maybe he married the wrong person. Coming at number 10 today, we have Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's trouble with Madonna is so long and shady that she could probably ultimately take every point on this list today. After Gaga was deemed the second coming of Madonna, the dueling divas made fun of their alleged feud on Saturday Night Live. However, Madonna later dissed Lady Gaga in real life when Gaga's music is reductive in comparison to her own performing deliberate mashups of Born This Way and Express Yourself to seemingly highlight the similarities. Gaga would then tell a radio show in 2016 that she and Madonna were very different and that she wouldn't make that comparison at all, and she didn't mean to disrespect Madonna. Gaga would also go on to say, but I play a lot of instruments, I write my own music, I spend hours and hours a day in the studio, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, what I do is different. I'm not just rehearsing over and over again to put on a show. There is spontaneity to my work. I allow myself to fall, I allow myself to break, I'm not afraid of my flaws, I just will not be compared to anyone anymore. I am who the F I am, and this is me. Number 9, Cher. In a 1991 interview, Cher discussed Madonna and her dislike towards the star, and it was pretty juicy as she made herself very loud and clear about her lackluster opinion of Madonna. When the interviewer asked the singer if she goes jogging like the Material Girl, Cher would respond by saying, do you mean my very best friend Madonna? The interviewer then said that the question was made to drag Madonna into the conversation, and Cher responded by saying, how about dragging her in by her hair? The believed singer then continued to say, in my day, I was pretty good at doing the same thing that she's doing, but she does it so much better. She's unbelievably creative because she's not talented, she's not beautiful, but she's rude. But I really don't have anything against her. I do respect that she goes further than anyone else should go. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8, David Letterman. David Letterman has disliked Madonna ever since she sat down for an interview with him in 1994 for The Late Show with David Letterman. Madonna was obnoxious and crass during the interview that she would probably make the modern day Miley Cyrus blush, and her actions pretty much left David speechless. During the interview, Madonna went on to drop a handful of F-bombs that just seemed endless. She even proceeded to give David Letterman a pair of her underwear and then proceeded to try to get him to sniff them. Not to mention when her segment ended, she just refused to leave the stage, while David proceeded to tell Madonna people didn't want to hear her swearing in their homes. When he tried to end the interview, Madonna would say, can't this go on? And Letterman would fire back saying, feels like it already has. Madonna would then later claim that her disastrous appearance was her way of protesting against television censorship, but I don't think any of us really believe that. Number 7, we have Mariah Carey. Madonna definitely did some critical damage when she slammed Mariah in a 1996 interview, telling Spin that Mariah's music wasn't art and that if she had to sing Mariah's catalog, she would take her own life. Little did Madonna know that she would open herself a huge can of shade that would span on for decades because no one ever served shade better than Mariah Carey. When MTV News asked Mariah about Madonna's comment in early 1996, she would shrug and say, I haven't paid attention to Madonna since I was like in 7th or 8th grade when she used to be popular, so I didn't hear that. Later in an interview in 1998, Mariah would double down on her comments about Madonna after she was asked what she thought about Madonna and Mariah, and she said, I haven't heard the new album. Growing up, I liked her first album a lot. That was really popular, good for her. And then 7 times throughout the interview, Mariah would allegedly mock Madonna, not by her name, but using a faux British accent. Number 6, Elton John. Sir Elton John and Madonna's feud lasted more than a decade. Back in 2002, their feud began when Elton called her song Die Another Day the worst Bond tune ever. Then in 2003, he would slam Madonna's nomination for Best Live Act at the Q Awards, saying on stage, since when has lip syncing been live? Anyone who lip syncs in public on stage which, when you pay £75 to see them, should be shot. This is when Madonna reportedly started to return Elton's Christmas cards, and she even rejected his invitation to perform at his bachelor party. In January 2012, John and his husband, David Furnish, would both end up slamming Madonna publicly when her song Masterpiece from WE beat out John's contributions to Romeo and Juliet at the Golden Globes. That July, he said on Australian TV, "Who is she? Such a nightmare. Sorry, her career is over. Her tour has been a disaster and it couldn't happen to be a bigger B. And she looks like an effing fairground stripper." In 2016, Elton would even reveal on the Graham Norton show that he and Madonna did eventually bury their hatchet by saying, "I was in a restaurant in south of France a couple years ago when she walked in and I sent her a note saying, 'You'll probably never speak to me again, but I'm really sorry and ashamed of myself, and can I buy you dinner?' She was very gracious and accepted, and we talked. We are fine, it's just me and my big mouth." Number 5, Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson's beef with Madonna all started after Madonna attempted to date Michael Jackson in the early 90s. Jermaine Jackson wrote in his book, "You are not alone, Michael, through a brother's eyes," and he thought Madonna sincerely adored Michael, but it wasn't a mutual feeling. And she committed 2 cardinal sins. The first was she was hell-bent on loosening him up and getting him to see life through her eyes. The second mistake was when Michael went out for dinner with her one night. Madonna tried to criticize Janet, and Michael was furious, and the two never went on a date again. In 1994, Janet would tell Vibe, "I never said hate. Hate is a strong word, but if I did hate Madonna, I'd have a valid reason." After that interview was published, Madonna told VJ Kurt Lauder that Janet dissed her and she didn't know why, and when she read it herself, she was like, "Okay, this sounds ominous. What did I do? I've never met the woman. I don't know anyone she knows. I'm mystified." Later, when Janet was asked about going head-to-head with Madonna, Janet would reply by saying, how do I put this? I think what I do has class to it. I'll say that." In 2012, it would then seem to be Madonna who was igniting the fire during the Super Bowl halftime show press tour. She would snidely address Jackson's nipplegate by saying, "You don't have to show nipples to be interesting. It doesn't necessarily mean you're cutting edge if you do, right?" Number 4, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow and Madonna were best friends for years, but they reportedly had a falling out when Madonna divorced Guy Ritchie in 2008. Sources would start to claim that the ladies just have less and less in common, but then Gwyneth would hint that there was far more to the story. Gwyneth would reportedly tell Vogue, "I can be mean, I can cave into gossip, I can ice people out, and I can definitely harbor revenge. In fact, I'm having a situation right now with a friend where I'm feeling pretty angry, but revenge is corrosive and doesn't make me feel good." Gwyneth would then reference her longtime personal trainer, Tracy Anderson, by saying, "It's good that Anderson doesn't train Madonna anymore. It was too much. She keeps people waiting. It takes up your whole day." The source would then tell US Weekly that the beef started when Madonna mistreated Gwyneth, when they said Madonna would defecate on her over and over again after Gwyneth dropped her. Madonna feels Gwyneth abandoned her, and now Madonna will do pretty much anything to make her suffer. Number 3, Deadmau5. In fairness to Madonna, it seems like Deadmau5 has had beef with about every artist on the planet. However, that being said, when the DJ and producer took Madonna to task in 2012 for comments she made about substances in relation to Ultra Music Festival, when introducing DJ Avicii at the festival, Madonna would ask the crowd, "How many people in this crowd have seen Molly?" Deadmau5 was furious, tweeting, "Very classy there, Madonna. Such a great message for the young music lovers at Ultra. Cue the effing philanthropist. But hey, at least you're hip and trendy. Effing can't smack my head hard enough right now. I can appreciate her mediocre career and all good deed done. But what the F is that? That's your big contribution to EDM? That's your big message to Ultra attendees? Hipsters speak for looking for substances. F off, effing idiot, F." Madonna would never respond to his comments, but she did try to awkwardly hug him at the 2015 title launch. Number 2, Sandra Bernhard. In the early 90s, comedian Bernhard was one of Madonna's best pals. They even appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman together. Then, all of a sudden, something definitely changed. While neither Sandra nor Madonna have stated what actually happened between them, Sandra has been pretty vocal about her distaste for Madonna as a person. While Sandra does respect Madonna as an artist, she just finds Madonna in general just a little trashy. Sandra once told Hall.429 that we were friends. We don't speak anymore. I have kept my friends my whole life, but Madonna feels differently when addressing Madonna's younger boyfriend. Sandra would also say, I'm not sure how involved she is with these young boys. She has 4 kids at home. At number 1 today, we have Arsenio Hall. When Madonna appeared on the Arsenio Hall show in 1990 to promote Dick Tracy, she made the comedian feel exceedingly uncomfortable by bringing up his ex-girlfriend, Paula Abdul, and Abdul's rumored new flame, John Stamos. She would even proceed to get on Hall's nerves by saying, are you jealous of John Stamos? I want to know how it feels to be dumped for John Stamos. She then offered Hall a gold ring before saying, because I feel bad for you. Paul laughed it off before adding, for those of you who don't know, there was rumors that Paula Abdul and I were dating, and then I guess Paula showed up at the Grammys with John Stamos, and it was a full house. I couldn't go. Madonna then proceeded to go on by saying Paula wanted someone who was home more often. Hall then kept his cool, but lamented, wow, you're telling all my business? Madonna would go on to defend her move by saying, I know you were heading in the direction of getting into my intimate life, so I thought I'd turn it around. They would eventually change the subject, but the tension between the two would remain for the rest of the episode, and Madonna would proceed to call Hall hairstyle tired and suggested he and best friend Eddie Murphy were more than friends. On the bright side of Hall, Entertainment Weekly reported it was the show's highest rated episode ever.